Hi guys. Good. Thanks again for waiting for me for so long time. I don't know what it always is with this. I'm terrible at timing, but it's also like getting trouble getting into my own live stream. Like I couldn't. I made the live stream on my phone. I couldn't get in like on my computer or whatever. Just a whole lot of bullshit. So um, yeah. I hope you are. I hope it's going. I don't know what that is. Just leave that for whatever. There's a lot of activity going on in my house, it seems. So I think last time the sound was a bit off. I don't know if that's still the same problem. Um, might be my connection, but it should be better now, I think. Anyway, yeah, I hope you're all doing good. Let me know if everything is alright. I might have to check on whatever's happening over there. Just give me a second. I'll be back in a second or something. My dog. I just don't want any background noise. Right. So here I'm back again. Sorry to keep you guys waiting once more. So yeah, I'm just going to move back a little so you guys can like the man of the hour right here. I kind of promised him a little party, so that's what I'm doing. Oh, there's a bit of a lag. Yeah, I don't know. It's early morning here. I don't know if a lot of people are logging onto the internet right now. So, what I'm going to be doing tonight is I got all these weights. You can't really see them because they're all black. I got all these nice, like a different variety of them. I got two of these. I think they're called barbells, like these. And with this is the lightest weight that's on there now. And I have several like weight sets. And because Azazel is such a great workout teacher and he's been really good to me, I will dedicate these weights to him tonight. Well, I'm already burning his incense here. It's nice, detox. And I'm gonna open his beer soon. He's been helping me a lot, generally getting rid of some negative energies. And so, in the meantime, as I'm doing that, feel free to ask me questions or join it. Like I said, I kind of celebrated it. I kind of promised him a little celebration or a party sort of sorts. So, yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. Just kind of celebrating him, and I'm just sitting here chilling in, like doing pretty much my casual. Like, I didn't even bother to dress up because it's so late at night. Like things got so late. Yeah, that's here. I think I might have to send my new stream link to Facebook so people aren't getting up on the old. Sorry, I have to change my settings still so that people know that they have to be here and not on the old stream. Let's see how that works. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Of course, that's a very charming. I don't always answer all my Facebook messages because I get a lot of them, and yeah, that's it. I can't be answering every little hi, how are you, like every little small talk. That's I just don't really have time or energy for that. So yeah. So a lot of I don't know, they just don't come through all the time. So um, without further ado, I'm going to start now. Oh, as my dog is coming in. So in the meantime, if you have any questions about Azazel, just feel free to ask. I prefer not to answer like personal messages on here. That's not what this live stream is for. So I need to actually. I'm what I'm gonna do is going to dedicate each of them one by one. I have to put these barbells away. Right. I'm going to open this beer. That's going to be a little tricky, maybe. We'll see. It's probably very foam. Because I had to move it back a little. There it is for him. Of course, I got his portrait there. Now, so here's the first one. Yeah, I don't know about the Yazidis and about their connection to Azazel because I haven't studied any of that. I do know that he's a god of war, so I don't really see it between him and Melek Taus. But then again, I can't say for sure, but I almost forgot. I'm supposed to like add my blood to the beer. So yeah, I don't know what that is about. I don't really see it, to be honest. But else, I don't know. That's so weird. This beer feels so light. I've never. That might be. Maybe that's like the effect of just having done workout. lot of blood, of course. As usual, I'm just doing it like this, kind of getting the blood in the beer. Yeah, I really don't know much about the alphabet as well. And yes, I mean, Arabic, Hebrew, all of that. It's not really a culture that I study or feel any kind of connection to. So, well, maybe Arabic is kind of, but Hebrew is not something. Um, yeah, I, I I just work with some of the spirits, and some of as those are some of the names I knew of them first, because they tend to be more popular. But other than that, it's really not my cup of tea. The whole Hebrew thing. Not that I'm against Hebrew people. It's just, not feeling any connection to that particular culture. So for me, Azazel, um, he's mostly he's out of war in most. And yes, I do use the sigil of Saturn for him, um, because it works, and there is no other clear sigil of Azazel that is, sometimes even if it's not, if a sigil is not necessarily that spirit sigil at first, at some time, if enough people have been using it for that spirit, it becomes that spirit sigil in a way, like they will connect themselves to it, simply through usage. So it works, and it is more of a connection to the planet Saturn. The sigil is not is a sigil of the planet Saturn, and not necessarily the god Saturn. It's not a sigil of Kronos, it's a sigil of the planet. So, and Azazel probably does have ties to that planet, so in his ways, and like it's not wrong. It's not a wrong connection between Azazel and Saturn, even though some people would say he's more like Martian. But just because he's the god of war doesn't mean he's connected to Mars. So there we are. That's his beer with my blood in it, my post-workout blood, and that's why I figured, like, I was like, why is this beer so light? But I just did a heavy workout with my new weight, so my arms are pumped up. Now the next thing I'm going to do is just very, very simple. I am going to choose a spot, preferably a little hidden. I'm going to be very subtle about this because just in case someone has, like, someone wants to see, like, someone who is not into spirits and whatever, and visits my home and they see these stuff, and they're gonna ask, like, hey, who is Azazel? Who is this guy? I don't really feel like explaining that, so I'm just going to be very subtle about it. What I'm gonna do first, is I'm just going to write his name. First letter of his name, because it's something that's kind of significant for him, because it's how he's been representing himself to me several times. He would have his name appear in my dreams, or even and at some point Like he would come in and I would be reading a text or something, and I would, like in a dream, like I would be reading a text in a dream, and suddenly there was these big letters saying Azazel. But at some point, maybe at moments when he had to act really quick, like I was about to wake up or something, I would just see a big floating A. Just floating, and I started calling him Mr. A for that. It's just A. So for now, just that letter A is for me and for him to know that for this weight will be for him, for Azazel. It's just a subtle sign for now. And I'm sure he'll understand. I have to be subtle because I don't want to have to explain things to people when they enter my house. And A can be anything. But for me and for Azazel, it's Azazel. Right. Here's the first one. This very subtle A. What I'm going next. I'm going to hold it in its instant. Not that it's going to soak it up, but there's some other spirits here as well. I'm kind of waiting for him to actually come. I feel some other spirits here, but they tend to be loud. Kind of waiting for Azazel to take up his space and his presence as well. So I forgot to actually formally call him forward. So that's what I'm doing now. So I'm dedicating this. I'm gonna trying to like sort of speak out loud to him and in English as I usually speak to him in Dutch. But yes, I'm dedicating these these weights to you, Azazel, because you've been such a great coach for me. My muscle power can be of benefit for you as well. The energy that generates from my muscles, the energy I get during workouts, that you may share in that, and also that you may help me get to higher levels and get the best out of my physical body, get the best form, the best strength, endurance, athletic abilities, and help me reach what I want to reach with that, and become strong, agile, and with good stamina, as far as that's possible, physically possible, and yeah. Meanwhile, hoping that you can share in that too. That is why I'm dedicating this to you. Because I know you really enjoy that sort of energy. And you're a good physical exercise instructor, so here you go. That's the first one. I think that's actually also the first time I'm sort of talking English out loud live on YouTube, and I don't care. It's the first time for everything. It's actually getting my bloodies too, but that's it. Here's the other. It's not that I can never dedicate a word workout. It's just that for the particular, I'd like Azazel that opportunity, at least. And yes, Azazel Mars, because his Greek name is well, he's not necessarily connected to the planet Mars, but he's connected to the god Mars because that's him. His Greek name is Ares or Aries in English, so he is Mars. But that doesn't mean that he's necessarily connected to Mars because the planets aren't necessarily connected to the gods they were named after. So it could be that Kronos, for instance, isn't necessarily connected to planet Saturn. So let's this one. And in the meantime, it's not that every training dedicated to Azazel necessarily. I mean, for instance, I once dedicated my running shoes to Lucifer, so more of a Lucifer thing, like cardio training, speed, and stuff. But I think pure strength, that's an Azazel thing. Especially, that's also a thing. Maybe the A also carries. So it's not only Azazel, it's also. And he very much is like he is Aries, very much like that. That's some people disagree on connecting these spirits, but you know some things cannot be denied. So for me, Azazel and Aries are the same being. It's a little dark, so that maybe gets a little boring, but and repetitive all these weights separately each time. Kind of waiting for him to like wrap his energy around it. But it just feels so with him. So now I'm gonna move on to the bigger ones right here. It's so fitting for it to have these big, heavy metal plates and have them dedicated to Azazel. Feels like such a good thing to do. But yeah, this 8 could really, for me, it's clear to who it is, for who it's for and who it represents, and I suppose that's clear for him too. And for any visitor in my house, it's gonna be an A. I can just tell them like, it was already there. Maybe it's a mark from the factory or whatever. And I'm feeling extra festive tonight, as Azazel kind of did. I don't know. I did this workout that I usually don't really do. I was a bit afraid to do it, but I did it today, and I did it for Azazel, and it felt good. And it just shows that if you do something for someone that you care about, it does help. So in that way, it did kind of push me indirectly to do the right thing or do something that's good. And I'm very grateful for that. He can be a very, very, like I told you, he's like a coach. Yeah, he is. Like, he can be very, very strict. A strict coach. But in a good way. Like, he will whip your ass. Need it. Get you moving. And that's not just physically. But also spiritually. And now the last two weights. These are smaller again. Yeah, my dog is here too. Oh, that's nice. I kind of moved my hand by accident and became this little swoosh, swoosh, A. So that's a good way to end this. And these are now dedicated. And I do kind of hope Azazel will cut me some slack as well. Like, I mean, I did say I want to get myself in the best physical shape, but I also want to have fun. I have to add, like, okay, Azazel, I would like to be strong and athletic, but I also want to have fun and enjoy life and not be too much about diet and all of that, you know. Hey, that's controller. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be pumping that iron a little more soon. Like, yeah. That's For now, for tonight, I'm done. I'm absolutely like very, very sore. Oh, my dog is actually in the picture. I didn't know that. He's sleeping right there. I always say that shows a good sign of how good spirits are. Like, if you have a dog sleeping with his nose almost on Azazel's altar, he can't be evil, right? So yeah, I think that's my dog who Ricardo saw. I'm gonna grab my own beer too, because it's not really much of a. Oh, it's over there. Sorry. Let's see. So as I'm sitting here, just I don't know, whatever comes up, anything that's related to Azazel, just feel free to ask me anything about that. I'm gonna chill out, enjoy with Mister. Fitness models are the hardest women. Yeah, I guess so. Well, I don't really want to become like a fitness model. I like being strong. I like the idea of that. Having good physical strength, being athletic, being. I like to be a little fast too, but I don't think. I like to run a lot, but I recently found out I like to lift weights too, and it kind of comes easy to me. For some reason, I have the proper build for it, I think. So it's mostly it's so good. Like working out is such a great. It's it's a great offering to give to some spirits like Azazel. I know he truly loves it. Like he loves that sort of. Um, I have this one story. I think I told about it before in another video, but yeah, let me. I'll get back to that later. I think someone is asking, is it safe to summon him into a black cryo mirror? Um, I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily summon him in anything. Uh, I would let him or anything like that. He is a very, very powerful, a very high ranking spirit. He is actually a king in his own right, I would say. Like from his own lineage. He is royalty, so it's probably not a good idea to comment him. It's not, you know, you have to respect. I'm not sure if that's what you meant, but other than I don't really know if that black scry mirror is going to help anything, because Azazel is very he's very very strong, and it definitely can be very I wouldn't say chaotic. Um, mm, yeah, I think he can be very dangerous um, if it's him off. Yeah, and I have never pissed him off, not really, but I have definitely felt his intensity and how much harm he can do. Uh, and it's really he's a great guy, but he is not someone to mess around with. I think the best would be if you want to do this is if you get personal permission from him. That's what you need to do. Like you need to ask him personally. Um, I don't think I should be doing that for you. Like it's not like this. I mean, especially not after I've had a beer now right now. But yeah, you can be very. Yeah, he can possibly be dangerous if you're on his bad side, basically. What do you think of the Book of Azazel? I haven't read it. I'm not really a fan of. I mean, I don't hate the guy, but no, I haven't read it, so I have no opinion on it. Yeah, one of the yeah, Azazel. He's really he can be so intense that it almost seems like he's attacking you or he gets carried away. And like I said earlier in this live stream, he is also connected to the god of war. So sometimes, yeah, well, the way I see it, sometimes he comes in like a speeding car, and he doesn't always brake in time, or maybe he brakes at the very last minute, and he gets like his car slips out of the turn, like it spins out or something, and he's like, Oh yeah, but I parked it. But in the meantime, you're there, like that. You know, that's he can be a little almost reckless, and that might be a little something to to consider. That things he can do, the way he can come across, might be too much for us as humans. And in the meantime, he's great with us, but with humans, sometimes he can be a bit too intense for our minds, I would say. I haven't seen those triangles of manifestation, so I have no idea. I don't think I don't think you in particularly need any. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't seen them, but Azazel is so strong on his own. He doesn't really need much of that. I mean, usually he will tell you if you need something. For me, the only device I have for him is an energy generator that I bought for. I don't even. I cannot take it out because it's too private, but it's physical, and that's all I really have. And other than that, with him, I rarely. I don't use tools, so um, I just I actually don't even use a sigil for him usually. Um, Only if I want to like mark something for him, like that it's his, like an offering or anything. But other than that, I'm at a point where I don't need a sigil to call him. So for me, um, for me it would be useless to buy these things. It would be a waste of money for myself. So I cannot test them. I don't know how if they work for me or how they would work for someone who doesn't have the same connection yet. So with making an offering to a sigil daily put you in his good graces. Yeah, so um, I'm getting more of a sense of actions. Like you can make offerings, but that's like saying words and yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Maybe he's trying to speak through me right now. Actions, actions, thing that he was um, gestures, and you actually showing intention instead of just showing intention, showing the will to work on your goal. Yeah. I don't know exactly if you have a particular reason why you want to call him. Uh, yeah, exercise could be is definitely a good offering. But I think it also depends on why you want to work with him exactly. So um, exercise is definitely a good one if you want to become stronger. He's a very good protective spirit as well, and especially I think the exercise is more of tapping into Aries, his Aries part. Mars, actually I call it Aries, but Aries is English name. So um, yeah, so exercise daily, especially if it's like a daily dedication to improve your strength. Um, just do a daily. You could be like doing a small yoga exercise or something if it's something you want to work on, like improve your physical physical abilities, and meanwhile dedicate that part of that strength, but also your determination to Azazel. That's a good one. He also likes booze, so like cheap booze. He asked me for the cheapest whiskey once, like $5 or €5. Okay, yeah, yeah. Well, thank you for keeping the conversation going. That's a good one for sure. But yeah, I think a lot of this also depends on exactly, like I said, why do you want to call him? What are your goals? And he's not a beginner spirit, but oh, it could be. I mean, I was a beginner when I just started working out with. Working with him, and I kind of got thrown off in the deep end. So, like a baptism of fire, as they call it, right? Immediately, he immediately also like tested all my tested my batteries. So yeah, yeah, it's definitely those one to set boundaries with too. Aries and Azazel, yeah, it's for me, it's not something that's very hidden at all. I think it's even spoken about in some ancient texts that um, Aries and Azazel are exactly the same being. I'm not sure I remember which text it is, but to me, it's just like it's a very clear connection. The same energy, the same uh, backgrounds. I mean, Aries was kind of the black sheep of the Greek of the Greek pantheon in a way. Yeah, the master. One time when I was still in like testing phase, but yeah, I have used it to call upon Shimyaza, and yeah, that went well. Your what? Your God name? Oh no, I didn't get mine. Not really. It's not really. Um, I mean, what's the name? I mean, I'm not exactly sure if you can actually get your God name that way. If you're actually supposed to know your God name. It's more like the name of your higher self, but it will be a human name anyway, because it's going to be passed on to you, like to your human brain. I don't know. I don't know if it really matters much to know that. Uh, I don't think a higher self really needs a name. So no, I haven't. I don't have. I haven't gotten my God name because I don't. I don't really think I have. Even though I know my higher self is old, and I think there would be too many to choose from. Maybe I probably have a lot of God names or a lot of names for my higher self. So which one? Yeah, I think if Shemyaza is going to do that, it's more of giving you one of your names you were once known by. Yeah, yeah, but it's not like I don't believe you have just one god name. I mean, the older you get, the more names you get, and yeah, there's no telling which one is the first one you ever heard, and that also doesn't mean that that's the best one to be using. I think does is give you a name that's the most useful for you in magical work. And it can even be like a more recent name, or maybe he's going to create you one, like something like. But personally, I don't really believe that our higher selves have just one name. Maybe we even have as many names as we have egos that we incarnated into. So I don't know if you have any more questions or comments. Fitness models are all on gear. Yeah, I'm not sure what on gear exactly means. I mean, I just my workout at home, and I go outside and do my workouts here in the house. I never go like to a gym or anything. There's too many people there. Okay, good night, dice controller. So I think it's time for me to get some sleep too, because it's almost 8 a.m. So unless anyone has any more questions right now, I'm just sorry, going to call it a night or a day. I'm just allowing a little, like a few seconds, because it's lagging. I don't want to cut anyone off, but definitely get about time to get some sleep. This is only starting soon. So yeah, I see there's no more questions anymore. So oh. Thank you, Et le Soleil Noir. That's a beautiful name. Yeah, yes, it does be added, but that's also, I don't really get to do that with every spirit. I mean, I try to, but with Azazel I can do that because I have known him for such a time, and we established this connection, so it comes more easy. What magic do you do? I don't know what that is. So please explain to me what's hypertrophy. But yeah, I try to keep it as natural and like natural and casual as possible, but kind of depending on which spirit it is and what I'm doing exactly, and what kind of bond I have with the spirit. You're welcome. Sorry, I think the chat is very slow. Gaining muscle mass and size. If I'm doing magic for that, that's exactly. I'm not sure if you saw the first part of this video, but that's exactly what I'm waits to well, because I'm asking him for help with that. Personally, I don't necessarily want to gain too much muscle mass. I don't want to be like a bodybuilder. I just want functional strength. That's what I'm going for. Like things that can be useful in the real world and not just inside a gym. Because I believe it's going to make life so much easier, you know, if you're strong. Like, yeah. I think I genetically I already have some. You know, I build muscles easily, but yeah, that's exactly why I dedicated my weights that are over here. Like, I just dedicated my weights to Azazel, and I asked for him to help me reach my goals. And he's already kind of my official workout instructor in a way. And I can tell you how that does help is last summer, for instance, I asked for more core strength in my core, uh, for better posture and things like that. And what he did, came to me in my sleep, and he just showed me exercises to do. Like he was really um, that's how he does that. That's how he can help. He knows that he can see what part of your body is weak, muscle wise, you know, posture wise. He gave me some tips to for better posture as well, and some he literally just gave me exercises to do to make my core stronger. So we'll see how this goes. If he's going to give me, I think he actually already gave me one last night. In my dream, I get a lot of things through dreams. He pretty much told me not to be overzealous, because I did, like the first time I started with my new weights, I was very like, I'm courageous and stuff like that. I'm gonna do this, and I think I actually put too much weight on the things for me. And in my dreaming, I was pretty much told to take the beginners, like start very, very low, very easy. It's probably for the better, just don't be too yeah, you can always work your way up, of course. So I was pretty, I think that was Azazel also warning me to start low, start with low weight, and don't be like arrogant or anything about that. So yeah, that's how those things can work with him. So yeah, it's almost 8 a.m. here, so I really am going to get some rest. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll try to keep it up a little with the live streams, do more of them. I've been like a little lazy with that lately. So enjoy your night, day,